up guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to the mail center, RAO center for my husband's mailing address. You can talk to now. I already done with mine. It's not. Turn in front of you.
In front of me?
Yeah.
In front of me is traffic. In front of me is just traffic, Mrs. Wells, just traffic.
It's okay, we're driving.
I'm not driving, you're driving.
I know I am driving, so you can talk it.
You are a very silly Filipina, you know that? I still love you, but you are very, very silly.
You can take the view, lapu-lapu here, while I am driving.
Beautiful blue sky today, but it's hot, 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 hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along. Going to check my mail. Going to check my mail. Going to check my mail. Merrily we roll along. Going to check my mail. Cha cha cha.
Yeah, as of now we can add the video for the bridges. Because before, when you take it, it's not in my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Must have been the lady that was trying to edit it.
No, you did not take the video. No, the video is running, right?
Big orange truck. My wife's favorite color for her motorcycle when I get it. Maybe I should get her that big truck instead. Then everybody would have to get out of your way, baby doll. Nobody would argue with you in that big truck.
Right.
Much safer than a motorcycle.
Four wheels is safer, right?
Lapu-Lapu celebrating 500 years since Christianity came to the Philippines. Landed first here on Mactan Island in Cebu City, where Magellan was killed by King Lapu-Lapu. So all of the Americans and Europeans that learned in their history classes that Magellan was the first one to circumnavigate the globe, our teachers lied to us. He died here, barely halfway around the world, not even halfway around the world. And it was actually his Portuguese navigator who was the first one to circumnavigate the entire globe. And there you have the facts about 500 years ago.
All right.
So we are making the approach to the old bridge.
A little bit heavy traffic.
Jeepneys and trikes, the mainstay of transportation here in the Philippines. And here we have the Builder's Supply, where we buy all of our tile and all of our plumbing supplies and water supplies and much of our other stuff for our house we're building. If my tax money is finally there today, then Fraley can get going on our house again. She did add the stairs recently, or is in the process of adding them, to our upstairs unit, but we got to get the upstairs unit built so we can move in and save another $13,000-14,000 a month on the studio apartment utilities we're paying for still in Deca 4. It'd be nice to get into our own home and have a little more room. For those that don't know, we're building a nice 2-bedroom house, apartment upstairs of our house, with 2 bathrooms, a private bathroom in the master bedroom, and then a bathroom for everybody else outside the guest room, a nice convenient kitchen, a nice sized dining room, and a lovely living room. And between the dining room and the living room, we will have a nice partial wall with bookcases so I can put books and DVDs and such in. So it'll be a great job, and I hope you'll look forward to seeing the finished product when Fraley posts it here on her blog. Traffic is really a little tough today. We're not moving along very fast. Now I'll turn it over to Cebuano for a few minutes.
Cebuano for a few minutes. Cebuano ang Tagalog. Taglis or Tagdish. Meaning Tagalog or English and Tagalog or Bisaya. Right?
Right. I don't understand a word she said except Tagalog and Bisaya, but it's all right.
No, I mean Taglish.
We communicate in love. We don't need English in Cebuano. We communicate by love.
Yeah. You're silly. My very talkative bana. Talkative asawa.
All
Guys.
preachers are talkative.
Right.
All pastors are talkative.
That's your job.
We've got a lot to say about a lot of important things.
Yeah.
Of course, what I'm saying here today is not really important. It's just kind of trivia as we do our trip over from across the bridge to Cebu Island from our Mactan Island. For those who don't know, including many Filipinos, there are over 7,000 islands in the Philippines, but only a little over 2,000 of them are actually occupied. Many of them are very small or have no source for fresh water, etc., etc. So there are a little over 2,000 occupied islands and over 7,000 islands total.
So we're hitting now on the bridge. A nice view of the sea.
To our north, up beyond the bridge there by couple hundred kilometers, or about 100 kilometers, I guess, are the two islands of... You're still videoing? Again?
See, going to the north. So we're on the bridge now. Going to Mandawi. See the picture under the bridge. Look up there.
The fuel farm, where all the gasoline comes into for Cebu.
The other side is going to South Cebu. And now, where is the school where kids, the UC?
University of Cebu, where M attended and where C got her bachelor's degree in business with an emphasis in computers. Oh, traffic's backed up bad at the light today.
It's traffic again.
Oh my goodness. And you'll notice if they have traffic engineers in Cebu City and Mandawi City, they're totally overpaid because they don't put thought into what they do. They decided to put in bicycle lanes, which is a good idea, but they have not changed the lines. There's plenty of room for 3 lanes, but they've still got lines for 2 lanes because they took half of the 3rd lane. They really need to come back and redo their white lines, and then people will know, hey, there's 3 lanes here, instead of having to fight for the 3rd lane. So yes, bicycle lanes are a very good idea. They help keep bicyclists safe. But putting a little bit of thought into it before you just jump into the water is always good. It prevents you from drowning. Oh, didn't make that light. We'll make the next light for sure.
There we go. There's this motorcycle place.
Isn't this an interesting video, sitting here still, trapped in traffic? I always thought that New York City, Boston, Los Angeles, all the big cities in America had really bad traffic problems. Until I lived in Asia. Nobody in the world holds a candle to traffic problems in big cities in Asia. And Philippines is no exception. La da 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 da, passing time while the traffic light is on red.
Nice color.
Huh?
Pink.
Oh yeah.
Pink.
She likes she likes the pink now too. I'd rather get her a pink motorcycle than an orange motorcycle. Or purple, because purple is a royal color, yeah. And she's my queen, so she ought to have royalty colors, yes? If you agree with me, please make a comment under this video and say, I agree with Pastor Ralph. You should get a purple motorcycle because you're his queen.
Thank you, my love.
You are very welcome, my darling. My little baby doll, my sexy wife. For you non-Filipinos, that would be asawa in Cebuano.
Right. Yeah. Mostly for I love you know.
There's one thing I really love about my motorcycle, and I will be so glad when I get my new motorcycle, because you can get ahead of all the traffic and you can make it places a whole lot faster. Example, one of the fiestas in the province, it takes 4 to 5 hours to go to and from the province each way. On my motorcycle, I can make it in 2 hours, and that includes stopping for a quick lunch, because you don't have to worry about all the traffic. You can get around it easily. So we had to sell my 155cc when I was in the hospital to help pay my medical bills when I had my heart attack 2 years ago. But I have plans to get a 220 Kawasaki Cruiser, the Avenger Cruiser, and then I'll be set. That's plenty of bike for the islands. A perfect island bike was what I had in Guam in the 1970s. I had a 444 Honda, and it looked every bit like a Harley police motorcycle in the States. And it was just perfect size for islands. It would climb any hill at full speed. My 155 was nice, but it didn't quite pull the mountains of Cebu Island like I like. The 220 will be able to handle it with ease. So in spite of my wife's objections, I am much looking forward to my 220 Kawasaki Avenger.
Wow.